the 7 biggest questions I have before the heartbreaking Super Bowl episode. Did Jack really die in the fire? Does a certain premiere scene give a clue as to what really happened? I have a lot of thoughts leading up to the This Is a Super Bowl episode. 1. Did Jack really die in the fire? Okay, I have a gut feeling Jack didn't actually take his last breaths inside the Pearson house during the tragic fire. My theory is that he suffered serious injuries, but he's able to make it to the hospital, where he later dies. This would add an even more devastating element to Jack's demise. Will the Pearson family have to make the gut-wrenching decision to pull the plug? We've never heard Kevin mention that he never got to say goodbye to his father, so he could have gotten the chance at the hospital. Then again, I could be totally wrong about this. 2. Will all our questions really be answered in the Super Bowl episode? This episode has been hyped by pretty much everyone as the episode where we'll learn how Jack died. However, EP Isaac Aptaker says it's not that cut and dry. Questions will be answered in a very satisfying way, he told you. It's not necessarily what people expect, but people will have a lot of the answers they've been hoping for. That last line adds credibility to my theory that Jack didn't take his last breaths in the fire. Maybe the Super Bowl episode will end as a to be continued. After all, there is a new episode 2 days later on February 6th. 3. Why are Kate and Randall wearing different clothes right after Jack died? This has been bothering me for over a week. When the promo for the Super Bowl episode aired, you see Randall and Kate in what looks like their pajamas. Kate appears to be in a white shirt, while Randall is clearly wearing a gray shirt. In the Season 2 premiere and what seemed like the immediate aftermath of Jack's death and the fire, Kate and Randall are dressed in different clothes. Randall is in a nice sweater, shirt, and jeans. Kate is wearing a green sweater and what looks like a flannel shirt or dress. If their house had just burned down, wouldn't they not have any clothes? They wouldn't have exactly had time to grab them. Again, this is why I'm convinced Jack died in the hospital. However, Rebecca is still wearing the Steelers shirt, but maybe she didn't change her clothes. The scene where Rebecca pulls up to the Pearson house after it's completely destroyed could be after Jack is cremated. That could explain the bag of Jack's things in the passenger seat. 4. Is the dog the reason why Kate blames herself for Jack's death? The dog is the biggest mystery other than how Jack died. As we've seen in the present day, Kate is now uneasy about dogs and has internalized a lot of guilt over her father's death. In the midst of the fire, Kate could have realized she didn't know where her pup was, so Jack went back in to get him and got injured in the process. 5. Why didn't Jack and Rebecca ever get a new crockpot? Seriously, guys. The crockpot should have been long gone after a few uses. They used the thing for 18 years. How? Why? I don't understand and never will. 6. Will we see more of the funeral? There was a quick glimpse of Jack's funeral in the first season, but that's all we've seen so far. Could we get another look into that heartbreaking day in the Super Bowl episode? Or will the show wait and focus an entire episode around it? Gosh, can my heart handle this much pain? Probably not. But we're going to get through it. This is us fam. 7. How much of Jack will we see after his learning how he died? This is the million-dollar question. With this major chapter in the Pearson family's life closed, what does this mean for Jack? I know the show will continue flashing back to before he died, but everything is going to be different after we learned how he died. I feel like there will be a certain feeling of melancholy to each of the episodes going forward now that we know that Jack doesn't make it past 1998. The show has already been renewed for a 3rd season. Do the writers have a long-term plan for keeping Jack around? Or could he possibly be made a recurring character in the seasons down the line? I have a lot of thoughts, okay? Don't judge me. The This Is a Super Bowl episode will air immediately following the game. The next episode will air at its regularly scheduled time on February 6th at 9 p.m. Hollywood Lifers. What are your biggest questions before the Super Bowl episode? Let us know.